hardest part about nighttime is that the world gets quiet enough for your thoughts to get louder. During the day, distractions protect you. Notifications, conversations, work, noise, movement. But at night, when everything slows down, your mind finally reveals what it's been carrying all along. The stress you ignored, the pressure you buried, the emotions you never processed. And for millions of people, sleep doesn't feel peaceful anymore. It feels like mental survival. Your body lies in bed, but your brain keeps running marathons in the dark. Replay after replay, scenario after scenario, worry after worry, and eventually, you fall asleep exhausted instead of restored. Then morning arrives, and somehow you already feel behind, drained before the day even begins. But tonight, something changes, because this isn't about forcing positivity. It's about giving your nervous system permission to finally feel safe. For just 5 minutes tonight, you're going to interrupt the chaos. You're going to slow the racing thoughts, release the emotional weight, and create the kind of inner calm most people never experience anymore. Because happiness doesn't usually appear out of nowhere in the morning. It's quietly built in the invisible moments before sleep. The way you end your night becomes the way your mind begins tomorrow. So tonight, instead of feeding your stress one more hour of noise, give yourself 5 minutes of peace. 5 minutes that could completely change the emotional direction of your next day, and maybe your next chapter too. Most people think sleep is supposed to automatically fix exhaustion, but the truth is, your brain keeps working long after your eyes close. Every thought you repeat before bed, every emotion you carry, every fear you scroll through at midnight becomes material your mind continues processing in the dark. That's why so many people wake up emotionally drained without understanding why. Their body slept, but their nervous system never truly rested, because when your night ends with stress, your brain rehearses stress. When your night ends with anxiety, your subconscious strengthens anxiety. And when the final hour of your day is filled with social media noise, comparison, bad news, arguments, or overstimulation, your mind carries that emotional energy straight into tomorrow morning. So people wake up irritated before anyone even speaks to them, mentally exhausted before the day even begins, not because life already went wrong, but because their mind never got a chance to recover. Modern life keeps the nervous system trapped in constant stimulation, bright screens, notifications, pressure, noise. Your brain never receives a signal that says, it's okay to relax now. Instead, most people go from emotional chaos directly into sleep. It's like driving a car at full speed, then shutting the engine off without ever slowing down. The body stops, but the system stays overheated. Tonight, that changes. Tonight you create a transition between survival mode and peace, a reset your mind has been craving for years, because when the brain finally feels safe, sleep stops becoming escape and starts becoming healing. The first step in this nighttime reset is so simple. Most people underestimate its power completely. Put your phone away, not face down beside you, not just for one more video, not in your hand while you pretend to sleep, physically away. Because the final thing your brain consumes at night matters more than people realize. Your mind is incredibly impressionable before sleep, and whatever emotional energy you absorb in those final moments, your subconscious continues processing for hours. So if the last thing you see is stress, your brain carries stress into sleep. If the last thing you see is negativity, your nervous system stays on high alert, and social media was never designed to calm your mind. It was designed to keep your attention, endless scrolling, bad news, comparison, arguments, fear, pressure, noise. Your brain absorbs all of it, even when you think it doesn't. That's why so many people fall asleep mentally exhausted but emotionally overstimulated. Their body is tired, but their nervous system is still wide awake. Tonight, do something different. For just 1 minute, disconnect from the digital world completely. No texting, no notifications, no videos, no scrolling, just silence. And at first, that silence may feel uncomfortable because most people have become addicted to stimulation. The moment life gets quiet, they reach for distraction. But underneath all that noise, your nervous system has been craving rest, craving stillness, craving peace. And the beautiful thing is, the moment you step away from constant stimulation, your body immediately begins slowing down. Melatonin production increases naturally, mental tension softens, your breathing slows, your thoughts become quieter, not because your problems disappeared, but because your brain finally received a message it almost never hears anymore. You don't have to stay alert right now, and sometimes healing begins the moment the noise finally stops. Now comes the part that changes your emotional state from the inside out, the gratitude reset. And even though it only takes a couple of minutes, it has the power to slowly retrain the way your brain experiences life. Before you fall asleep tonight, pause for a moment and think of 3 things that went right today. Not perfect moments, not life-changing achievements, just real moments. Small moments count more than you think. Maybe it was a good cup of coffee in the morning, a text message that made you smile, a peaceful drive home, a deep breath during a stressful moment, the sound of rain, a favorite song playing at the right time, anything genuine, because your brain is naturally wired to focus on problems. It's called negativity bias. Your mind constantly scans for danger, stress, and what could go wrong. That instinct once helped humans survive, but in modern life, it often keeps people emotionally exhausted. Gratitude interrupts that cycle. It gently shifts your focus away from fear and back towards safety, away from what's missing and toward what's still meaningful. And over time, something incredible happens. Your brain starts noticing more peace automatically, more beauty, more calm, more moments worth appreciating. This isn't fake positivity, it's emotional retraining, a healthier way of seeing reality. So tonight, don't pressure yourself to feel perfect. Just acknowledge that even in hard seasons, there were still moments of light, because sometimes healing begins the moment you stop overlooking the quiet, beautiful things that were beside you all along. Now comes the step that calms the body at its source, the breathing reset. Because stress doesn't just live in your thoughts, it lives in your nervous system, in your heartbeat, in your muscles, in the tightness sitting quietly inside your chest. Most people go through the entire day carrying invisible tension without even realizing it. Deadlines, pressure, noise, constant stimulation, and by night time, the body is exhausted, but the nervous system is still preparing for danger. That's why so many people lie in bed, physically tired, yet mentally wide awake. Their body never received the signal that it's finally safe to relax. So tonight, before sleep, try this. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold it gently for 4 seconds. Then exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Repeat that for 1 minute. That's all. Simple, quiet, powerful. Because slow breathing directly communicates with your nervous system, especially the exhale. Longer exhales tell your body, the threat is gone. And the moment that message reaches your brain, everything begins changing. Your heart rate slows down, your muscles begin releasing tension, mental chatter softens, your shoulders drop, your body shifts out of survival mode and into recovery mode. Most people spend years trying to think themselves into peace, but peace often begins physically first. Your breath is like a reset button for the entire nervous system. Fast breathing signals stress, slow breathing signals safety, and the incredible thing is, your body responds almost immediately. Within moments, you begin feeling calmer, heavier, grounded, protected from the chaos of the day. This is how emotional healing starts before sleep, not by forcing happiness, but by teaching the body how to feel safe again. And sometimes, That 1 minute of breathing becomes the first truly peaceful moment your mind has felt all day. Now comes one of the most powerful habits for changing the way you experience tomorrow: visualization, and most people completely overlook it. Before you fall asleep tonight, take a moment to picture tomorrow going well, not perfectly, just peacefully. See yourself waking up calm instead of overwhelmed. See yourself moving through the day with more confidence, handling pressure without panic, smiling more naturally, finishing what needs to get done, feeling emotionally stronger than you did today, because your brain responds deeply to the images you repeat internally. Athletes use visualization before competitions. Performers use it before stepping on stage. Successful people use it before important moments. Why? Because the mind often rehearses experiences emotionally before reality even happens. The problem is, most people unknowingly rehearse fear every single night. They imagine failure, conflict, embarrassment, worst-case scenarios, and their nervous system reacts as if those painful moments are already real. Their body enters tomorrow exhausted before tomorrow even begins. Tonight, interrupt that pattern. Train your brain to expect peace instead of chaos, not fantasy, not denial. Preparation. See yourself becoming calmer, more focused, more emotionally grounded, because happiness is not always something you suddenly discover one day. Sometimes it's something you quietly practice within yourself first, and over time, the brain begins adapting to the emotional pictures you repeat most often. Your confidence grows, your reactions change, your energy shifts, and slowly, the version of you've been imagining starts becoming the person you naturally are. Here's the truth most people don't realize until years later. The quality of your mornings is often decided the night before. The emotional energy you carry into sleep becomes the emotional energy you wake up with, and every night, without noticing it, people make a choice. They either feed their stress or feed their peace. Most people end the day overwhelmed, scrolling endlessly, overthinking everything, carrying anxiety into bed like it's normal. Their body falls asleep, but their mind never truly rests. Then they wake up exhausted, unmotivated, emotionally drained, and wonder why happiness feels so far away. But tonight can be different. Tonight you can give yourself something rare in this noisy world. 5 intentional minutes of calm, 5 minutes to breathe slowly, 5 minutes to release mental chaos, 5 minutes to remind your nervous system that life is not an emergency. Because real happiness is usually not created in huge, dramatic breakthroughs. It's built quietly, in the routines nobody sees, in the small habits repeated consistently, in the peaceful decisions made when nobody is watching. And sometimes, one calm night becomes the turning point for a calmer life. So tonight, before sleep takes over, protect your mind carefully, protect your final thoughts, protect your peace, because the version of you that wakes up tomorrow feeling lighter, stronger, and emotionally healthier is being created by the choices you make right now. And maybe that transformation doesn't begin with changing your whole life overnight. Maybe it begins with just 5 peaceful minutes before bed. Your future self is waiting on the other side of that decision.